Hey, welcome to Helen Stoke Garage, and today we're going to be unboxing and trying out the Titanium Unlimited 200 welder from Harbor Freight. So this welder has a capability of 110, 220. It has the input for the gas. It can stick weld, it can MIG weld, and TIG weld. I had this Lincoln Electric Weld Pack HD from Home Depot. I got about 2005, and even with maintenance and cleaning and changing out the tips and everything, it's starting to take a shit on me, and it's doing a lot of stubbing and it's just not, basically penetrating the steel like I needed to. When we redid the Bronco, it worked fine on sheet metal, some of those plug welds and stuff and spot welds and all that stuff with that thin sheet metal. So it worked okay for that, but building these trikes now, using this square tubing that's almost an 1/8 inch thick, it's not cutting it. So I've been talking about this welder from Harbor Freight because I've been doing some research on it and watching YouTube videos, and it seems like a really good welder. It was $699, but with the discount it was $649. But it comes with everything. So it's not the cheapest welder out there, but it's got capability of doing a lot of different things. And there's a lot of unboxing videos and a lot of reviews on YouTube that you can check out if you search the Titanium Unlimited 200 welder. Let's go over some of the specs on this thing. So at 120 volt rated output is 90 amps, 40%. At 240 it's 200 amps at 15%. Multi-process welder, digital display, over circuit protection, dual voltage, inverter technology. It's 24 pounds, so you can leave it in the shop, or you can take it out to the field, or just lighter weight. Inductance control for weld bead fine tuning. We'll see what that's all about. Heavy duty all metal drive system. So it comes with the TIG torch, the stick torch or the stick holder, and the MIG gun. Comes with some other stuff too, like I believe some consumables for the TIG torch. So you can weld steel, stainless steel, chromoly cast materials, aluminum with optional spool gun. So it says there's an optional spool gun, but Harbor Freight doesn't offer the spool gun. But on Amazon, I've noticed doing some research, if you're going to weld aluminum, you need a spool gun. There's a welding manufacturer out there named Clutch, and they offer a spool gun that I guess will just plug right into this. I don't know if it works on the 140, the 170, but I know the guy used it on the Unlimited 200. So I don't have a gas bottle, which would be nice to have, but I don't have one of those, so I'm just going to be running flux core wire, I believe 35. I think it comes with a spool of flux core and a spool of solid. But I have plenty of flux core wire here, and that's what I'm going to be running with this today. So let's check it out. Now, one of the disadvantages I know right off the bat is it only comes with a 90-day warranty. So if I weld with this and it welds extremely well, I'm going to go ahead and go to the store, go back to Harbor Freight and buy the extended warranty, 1 or 2 year, I don't know yet, depending on how much it costs. Always turn your ringer off when you're filming. Alright, so on the top we got our owner's manual, some quick start guides. We got one spool of flux core wire and a spool of solid wire at 30 thousandths. Got the regulator. I have to get a gas bottle one day and try that out. And we have our open close knob for the regulator. Okay, so one box here, we have the welding cable, ground cable, and the gas hose. Yeah, like everyone says, you know, when they unbox these at the ground clamp, it's kind of chintzy. It's got solid spring to it. Some nice long cables. I believe they're 10 feet. It's got our ground, the gas line, which is nice. It's braided. It's not just some plastic line. TIG torch. So we got the TIG torch here. Extra accessories for it. I don't know how to TIG weld, but I'm gonna learn how to TIG weld. I always wanted to learn how to TIG weld, so I'll be getting on that. We got the cable to connect it to 110 or 110 120. So there's the adapter cable. What is nice and light? So a nice long power cable. I'll be running off 110, so might as well hook that right up. Inside the door, you will find your MIG torch. Now, if I name any of this stuff wrong, I apologize. Like I said, I'm not a professional welder by any means. I'm just a guy who's hella stoked in his garage. So we'll pull out our quick guide. It'll make it quick. Yeah, so they got stick cable set up, MIG cable set up, and the TIG cable set up. Which I see for the TIG cable, your ground is going to go to the positive versus the negative. For stick and MIG, it goes to the negative. So we're doing MIG. So we're going to the negative. Connect the wire feed power to the positive terminal. Connect MIG gun to wire feed. Connect wire feed control. So in here, it's got the wire feed setup instructions. And go ahead and loosen this for the arm. And then there's a wing nut here, which you gotta loosen up. That'll hold the end of the cable in. If I can frickin' do this. Let me set this down. So push that in and tighten down the wing nut. Hook up the control here. Twist it until you feel it, and then push, and it'll lock in. Okay, to install the wire, basically choose your wire, and if it's, you got two different wheels here, the rollers. So if you got 30 thousandths, leave the roller in there that's in, because it came with the 30 thousandths roller. If you're going to use 35, then change it up to the 35 wheel that it comes with. Now basically here, it comes with this adapter. That's what's on there. It's for the 10 to 12 pound spools. I have a 2-pound spool that came with it. So go ahead and put the spool on, a washer, the spring, a washer, wing nut. All this is in the instructions. Run the wire through using your fist like this guy. Get it through to the, just, like 10 inches worth. And then go by the instructions here. Drop the idler arm down, lock it down, and it says for the flux core, the tension of 2 to 3. So I got it between the 2 and the 3. And let's turn it on. So on the back, you have your gas input, your on and off switch, and 110 or 120, 240 volt. So I'm going to use 120, so I switched it to 120. I think it's automatic switching, but go ahead and make sure you switch it first. And we're going to be welding mild steel with flux core wire, 30 thousandths. Wire speed 200. Voltage 17. It's touchy dials. They feel good though. And then inductance of 5 to 10. So let's go 5.5, and then we'll play with that and then see what changes when we move that. So here, this is your, it can be stick welding, MIG, 2T, 4T. So we're on MIG, we're good. And then if you were going to go TIG, you would switch it in the opposition. Everything seems to be working. You feed the wire through. Alright, this is day 2 of the welder setup. Last night I had problems with the generator, so I got to tinkering with that. So today the welder set up. I got 30 thousandths wire in there. It's Lincoln. Was it MP, MR, MPR 211 flux core? 30 thousandths. 2-pound spool. I realized for the flux core on the instruction manual on the quick setup guide, it just tells you for MIG welding to have the ground on the negative and the gun on the positive. But if you're using flux core wire, you need to reverse these cables. So the gun's going to go in the negative and the ground in the positive. And let's lay a bead or two and see how it works out. Okay, let's see if I can get that. I said that lays down a pretty decent bead. Alright, so in an attempt to just keep this short and sweet, I mean, there's plenty of other videos on YouTube where there's a lot of detailed reviews on the Unlimited 200. But laying those beads down compared to my Lincoln, I'd say I'm pretty happy with it. Yeah. You know, can I recommend it? I mean, I didn't stick weld with it yet, and I didn't TIG weld with it yet. You know, I don't have gas for that, and so I don't know. I mean, for what I'm using it for right now, for MIG welding with flux core, it looks pretty good. I'm happy with it. You make up your own mind. So, Harbor Freight $6.49 with the coupon. The sale's still going on. I think there's a red tag sale. So it's not the cheapest welder out there, but I think for what it can do, you know, dual voltage and all that stuff, and I think it's a good deal. Alright, so I have got to get welding on these trikes. So if you like this video, click like and subscribe and go work on something.
Over on something.